All right, awesome. Now we're recording. So 11 a.m. Eastern time, day 3 of the masterclass, day 3 of the free masterclass, where this masterclass gives you A to Z of the ranking process. Plus, I'm toying with the idea if in the next week I should put a class and give away, show you some client acquisition methods. My whole goal is to make sure that you learn more from this masterclass and figure out the ranking process, figure out SEO than most paid courses out there. So that's the plan. So Shaba says hi, hello. If you're on Facebook Live, we got a few people on Facebook Live. I also put the Zoom link. You're welcome to join. Adrian, good morning. Rob, Mike, Double, somebody named My Phone, welcome. Good morning. Aiden, awesome. All right, okay. So before jumping in, if anyone's got any questions from day 1 and day 2, feel free to put it in the chat or in the comments. We covered low-hanging fruits. So I'm going to share my screen. So we covered the ranking process. We covered some low-hanging niches, and we went through that the last couple of master classes. So if anyone's got any questions, put it in the chat. Put it in the comment section of Zoom, Facebook Live, wherever you are, whichever makes sense for you. And I'll be happy to answer. Let me open up my Zoom chat. Let's see. Did anyone find any of the low-hanging fruit and you want me to find, take a look at that? Let me know. We can do it live. Before that, maybe let's do this. I think you can hear me. So give me a 1 if whatever you've covered so far makes sense to you. Give me a 1 if it makes sense to you. If not, give me, put your question so we know what the question is, right? So, all right. So Mike says 1, Rob says 1, makes sense. Awesome, good. I wanted to make sure the fundamentals of SEO, Google ranking process, you understand that, because once you understand Google, the algorithm, machine language, right? What Google, the bot, the algorithm is all about, then putting the foundation, reverse engineering, it's all going to be easy. So Mike, welcome. If you had not attended the first 2 sessions, I'd highly encourage you. Got the Facebook Live and the Facebook group. You may want to watch that because we covered a ton of stuff. Let me see. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, no questions. Rob, you want to say something, or did you just unmute a mistake? So if you have questions, put it in the chat. We'll do that. Okay. Awesome. So everyone's happy. Everyone's excited. Hopefully by now you picked out a low-hanging fruit. Okay, a niche, a city, and service. You know what to look for when it comes to the population of a city. You know what to look for when it comes to, so let's say we do dry, raw, repair, whatever the city is, okay? You know to find a low-hanging fruit, something like this where the GMB has no freaking website to it, no, the GMB names do not have keyword in it, and by now the organic is littered with big directory sites like Yelp.com, Thumbtack, Home Advisor, all of these stuff. Like this one here, somebody found this in the last session we had. It was awesome. The population of this city, let's just check that out. 98,000, 100,000 population, and look at this, right? It is such a low-hanging fruit. So if you find low-hanging fruits like this, all you have to do is put up a GMB, put up a website. You don't even have to do much for the website, and you will be ranking here for this keyword and getting a few calls a week. And then you can rent it out to, look at this, there are 10 people paying Thumbtack right here. There are quite a few people paying Home Advisor for leads. So you can just pay those guys. So Adrian has a question. When doing my research, someone who had started a vectorable rank, but it's not ranking. Should that deter me? Okay, so Adrian is saying he was doing the research and he looks like he found another rank and rent website, but it's not ranking. Great question. So number one, most people outside don't know how to rank websites. They may have started it, they may have done some haphazard job, and they may be ranking maybe for one keyword somewhere in page 1, maybe page 2. That should not be a problem. Number two, even if they are ranking, even if they did an awesome job, and even if they are number 1 here and they have a website here, there's plenty in a city of 100,000 population. There's plenty of fish in the sea where both you and him can make money. Does that make sense, Adrian? Right? That's what you want to do. Okay. So don't worry about it. Like I said, go for abundance mentality. Go. Like I have websites where two of my websites are on the top. Two of my GMBs are on the top, but then there's another 3 guys also ranking, and I still get calls. So there's enough for everyone. Who's the other question? Let's see, 1 second. Let's see. Mike says, what's the DA of the website that are ranking? So great question. So Mike, you see the DA here, oops, right here. Okay, DA 93, DA 75. These are directory sites we covered last week. Why? 1, we should not be afraid of these. 2, if you find these ranking, that's awesome news for us. Okay. Because these are ranking not because they are optimized for this keyword, but because they have such a big domain authority, they're such big websites, they're just ranking because nobody else is optimized. Okay. The DA of, you want to see if you can find a real company somewhere here. So like this guy here, DA 19. Even this guy is an inner page ranking. You want to find home page ranking. So this guy is an inner page. That's why he's ranking. What we are doing is we're going to be going over ranking a home page, which will have a lot more backlinks, a lot more power. We'll cover that today. But if you find any home page here, maybe less than 10, 12 DA, that should be fine. Okay. So let's look at a different example, drywall and our anything more than 12, 13, 14, 13, 14 DA, it's not that you won't be able to rank or outrank them. It's not the lowest hanging fruit. So like this guy here, okay, drywall, repair, Ann Arbor, okay? I don't see drywall and Ann Arbor as the keyword here. Okay, there's one guy that says drywall Arbor, right? So this may not be the lowest hanging fruit like the other one, right? But it's okay. It's, you know, three reviews. One guy's got 140 reviews, but these are handyman. Like for drywall repair, handyman stuff is ranking. Now, obviously, handyman, they do drywall work, but in terms of keywords is what I'm saying. And when I come down here, the number 1 guy who's a real website, a real homepage, looks like a real company, his DA is 5. That's the low hanging fruit. Let's open this guy up. We'll go into this, right? I'm not bothered about 93 directory site. I'm not bothered about 76 directory site. I'm not bothered about this guy. He may be a real company, but it's an inner page. You see that? freshcodepainters.com/residential painters, right? Is ranking. The BBB, Home Advisor, all directory sites, inner page. I'm not bothered about these guys. The number, if you find, you want to look for a home page ranking and you want to see the DA of that. Okay. If it's anything about 12, it's not a low hanging fruit. You have to do more work to rank that. Right. Now let's take this guy who's ranking DA5. Let's look at him. Okay. Now this actually could be a rank and rent site. He's put up all of that and he's ranking with just hardly anything. See that? He's ranking with hardly any backlinks, just DA5. Okay. This is an inner page. The other guy, you know, he's in Ann Arbor, he's in other cities as well, Dexter, Milan, Saline, all of those cities. So he is not the home page, right? So he's optimized for all different cities, right? We are looking to optimize one website for one city and one service, and that's how we're going to capture most of the traffic. All right. Rob says, I don't know how to put up a GMB as a rank and run business. All right, Rob, simple. You know, go to Google and find out how to put up a GMB, set up a GMB. There's tons of free stuff on how to set up a GMB. I guess what you're asking is, how do I find the address to find the GMB? We will cover that in detail. But to answer your question, you could go to something like Craigslist, see if you can put an ad saying, hey, I'll pay $20, $30 to, for a quick gig. And somebody will reach out, and then you can just say, hey, you receive a postcard and your address, I'll give you $20, you can do that. Or let's say you put up the website, drywall, this is what, let's say this is the, here we go, this is the low-hanging niche that you found, right? You can reach out to one of these guys, 10 guys in drywall repair who are paying thumbtack, call one or two of them and say, hey man, I can send you a lot of calls for free. In fact, I'll send you the first 2 customers for free if you can give me an address to set up a GMB. Most of these guys may know a GMB, they may not know a GMB. You may have to do some explaining. But when you tell them, I'm going to be sending you calls every month, okay? And we'll have a relationship later on where you pay me per call, per customer. But I'll give you the first 2 or 3 for free. In return, you just have to give me an address to receive a postcard. This dude here who's set up shop in 𝐉𝐻𝐿, he'll give you his address, he'll give you his mother-in-law's address, he'll give you his friend's address, he'll give you his cousin's address. He will be like, if you can send me customers, I can give you addresses because I am from this town. Does that make sense? Everyone says awesome, thank you. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Okay. Rob, does that make sense? Is that what you asked? Yeah, Rob asked the question. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, that's how it is. Okay. So you just have to get creative. A lot of time, Rob, you're asking the right questions. People get hung up. I'm not saying you got hung up, but a lot of people get hung up. Then they say, oh my God, how do I get a GMB? And then they just sit for 6 months. No, get creative. Go put an ad in thumbtack. Craigslist. Go find one of these guys. Okay. What I used to do, I still do sometimes, is I would go, like in the city I live in Michigan, I would go to a university and I would just put up a post, like a notice. Of course, you may have to get a permission from, in dorms and stuff, saying, hey, looking for part-time work for a digital marketing agency. And these university guys will like, yeah, I'm open for part-time work, and then get an address from them, and they'll be happy to give their dorm address, right? I've even spent an hour walking around the university and randomly contacted 3, 4, 5 young guys, basically said, hey, you go to this university? Cool, this is a great house at university. By the way, I own my own company. I'm looking for a few people to work a few hours a week, some university kids. Would you know anyone? And these kids will be like, yeah, me, I'm open to work. And then, okay, let's exchange numbers. I'll call you. And then when you call them up, you say, hey, can you give me your address? I'll give you a postcard. This is the process. They're like, yeah, let's do it. That's what I'm saying. It's not their address. It's the dorm address, and they don't care. Mike says he's not a client yet. Yes. That is a good question. So you can get an address from this guy. He's not a client yet, but it's all about relationship, right? If you call him up and say, hey, I've been sending, I am like Home Advisor. I'm a small company. I'm not as big as Home Advisor. I can send you a lot better. Don't say leads, say customers. In fact, I'm going to send you 1 or 2 customers for free. Can you help me with an address? And you'll be surprised. They may say, yes, I've done that. Okay. So you need to get creative. That's it. That's why I recommend when you start over here, start in your own hometown, because you can use your address. You probably have relatives or friends, you can use their address, right? John says, will you be covering how to negotiate a monthly rental price? Absolutely. Yes. John also says, also wondering what factors you decide to pay per lead. Okay, so John has a great question. First question John asks is, will you be covering negotiate monthly price? So what I would recommend is, if you go to my Facebook group here, the Local SEO Accelerator, give me a 1 if you can see my screen. It's got the Facebook group here. Okay, 1, awesome. Thanks, Mike. Right. Go to over here. It says about discussion. Go here and click on files. And then you have a ton of resources here, a lot of case studies. Definitely read this Rank and Rent Strategy ebook 2021. This still works in 2022, by the way. So definitely read this. This case study is an advanced version. It's up to you if you want to read it, but definitely go through this ebook. But if you come down here, you see this, it says your home advisor lead pricing. You can open that up, and let me open that up, and that will give you prices that contractors are paying home advisor. Okay, so let's say I'm in this drywall repair niche, right? I would just open this to the sheet here, and then I would search for drywall, and then drywall installation, $42 a lead. Now I'm on drywall repair niche, 18 to 22 bucks a lead. So average is 20 bucks. Does that make sense? Okay. You have everything you need in the Facebook group, guys, right? So John says, how do you negotiate a monthly rental price? All right, here's where we go. We're going advanced now. Okay, we haven't even ranked the website, but we're talking negotiation, but let's do it. Okay, so you have to understand a couple of things, right? When you are putting up a website, you start getting a couple of calls on your website. You're going to be calling these guys up and find somebody who you can give away a call, right? The first 1 or 2 calls you want to give them for free. Okay. The reason I'm saying that is most of these business owners that are in Home Advisor. Okay, so let's just open up. Where's that slide we had? Let's go to the slide here. Where is that? A moment. So if you go to this Home Advisor link, right? Most of the business owners here who are paying Home Advisor, right? They've always been used to being hit up by marketers saying, hey, I'm a marketer, or you're a business owner, pay me some money, I'll get you on Google, first page of Google. Pay me some money, I will give you some leads. Pay me some money, I will do this for you. So they're so used to marketers saying, pay me money. And they've also most likely, most of them have paid money to these marketers and not gotten a good return of investment. Okay, they've had marketers take the money and not provide them good leads. Even Home Advisor, if you call up any of these guys who are paying Home Advisor, right? So if you go here, and these guys are paying Home Advisor, top drywall plaster guys, right? You call this guy up, okay, and say, hey man, just quick question. I see you're paying Home Advisor for leads and calls and customers. How's your experience? Are the leads good? 9 out of 10 chances are they'll be like, oh my God, Home Advisor is crap. You know why? Because those numbers that I showed you, Home Advisor gives that one lead to 2, 3, 4 of these guys. And now these guys have to like outbid each other and compete with each other for that one lead and lowball their price and stuff like that. Does that make sense? Give me a make sense if it makes sense, okay? Give me a make sense so I understand you guys, it makes sense to you guys. Anybody, give me like a make sense so I understand if it makes sense. All right, awesome, Adrian, thank you, right? So when they are so used to these marketers coming and saying, all right, awesome, makes sense, great. Marketers saying, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, pay me money, I'll give you leads, I'll put you up there. You come like a breath of fresh air and you say, hey, Mr. Business Owner, I see you're paying for leads. I'm a business owner just like you are. I will give you, I have this live customer. I have this website, a live customer call me. I am not a contractor like you. I'm just a website guy. You can dumb it down if you want to. Or you can say, I'm like Home Advisor, but not as big as Home Advisor. I'm a small business owner just like you. Here is a customer. Here is their information. Call them up, service them. You make the money. You don't even give me anything. Give that lead for free. In fact, give 1, 2, 3 leads for free. You want to come to a point where let's say you started to give your leads to this guy. This Alex guy, every time he gets a call from you, he will be like, oh my God, Mr. Robert here, or John here is going to give me another free customer. And 9 out of 10, if the guy is half decent, he'll be like, dude, you've been giving me so much customers leads. What do you want from me? People are obligated. Most people, if you go out and you smile at them, they'll smile back. If you do them a favor, like I'll be like, oh my God, you're doing me a favor again. How can I help you? Come on, I have to pay you, right? Very rarely will you find somebody who will take your money and run, and they won't go far in life. Like it's human nature. Like if you go out to the street and you smile, you go to the mall, you smile at someone, They're going to smile back. If you slap someone, they're going to slap you. But if you pick a fight, they'll pick a fight. If you smile, they'll smile. If you buy somebody an ice cream out of the blue, if you're standing in line in Starbucks and you're paying for coffee for the guy next, he will say, oh, no, why are you paying for me? Please don't. That's how it is, right? Okay. But at the same time, if you try to get his coffee, he'll be like, why are you taking my coffee? That's human nature, right? If you understand this, and you go to this Alex guy, this contractor, and say, here, have this customer for free. You make the money. That way, you know I'm legit. And I also know if you're good enough to service the business. Then he'll be like, you're building a relationship now. You're on the dating phase now. So before you start negotiating monthly stuff, you're giving it for free. Then next step is it's a dating game, right? You don't walk into a bar, find the most beautiful girl and say, will you marry me? You say, can I buy you a coffee or wine or whatever? It depends on what you want to do, right? Then you get to know each other. So you build a relationship. So 1 month, first 3 days, give it for free. Then you say, hey, how much are you paying Home Advisor? He will say, oh, I'm paying $20 a call. And I'm competing with other guys. And you can say, all right, I will give you exclusive calls. The calls will come directly to you. No one else is not going to be shared with anyone else. You just pay me the same $20. Okay, awesome, right? And then you may have to do this for the first 1, 2, maybe even 3 months till the calls become steady, till your website starts ranking, right? And then after 3 months, so the first 2 months, 3 months, every Friday I would call up a new guy I'm in a relationship with, right? I would say, hey contractor, this week I saw you got 5 calls. Can I bill you for 5 calls? He may say, no, it was really 4 calls. 1 was not a good call. 1 was a marketing call. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm in it for a long term. I'm not going to nickel and dime for 1 call. That's fine. I'll charge you for 4 calls, right? After 2 or 3 months, he loves you, man. You've given him more business than anybody in his life. So when you come to him and say, hey, contractor, I know you are busy professional. I'm a busy professional. I don't have time to count the calls. You don't have time to count the calls. The last 3 months, we had an average of 3 calls a week. That's like 12 calls a week. So 12 times 20, 12 calls a month, 12 times 20 is $240. Can we just do monthly $250 rental, right? If the calls go a lot more than that, I will reach out to you. If the calls go less, if you think the calls are less 1 month, you reach out to me. We'll definitely look into it. But let's just keep a flat monthly fee, right? And so you're saying, okay, we found out the drywall repair niche, okay, drywall repair, right? It's about $20 a lead. Okay, let's just say you're only getting 3 leads a week. That's 12 a month, right? So he is paying you now a flat monthly $250 a month, right? And I'm happy with this. You know why? Because this is set and move on passive income. Set and forget passive income. Now, if I kept on counting the leads, maybe 1 month instead of 12 leads, he got 15 leads, I may lose $60. But I'm not going to lose my sleep over $60. You know why? This is set and forget for life. I'm moving on to the next website, next rank and run site. Does that make sense? Okay, give me a mind blown if this was mind blown for you, because I don't think anybody's even teaching this. Give me a mind blown if you're mind blown, guys. Okay, I appreciate that, right? If you already know it, just say, hey, I know, there's no big deal. But give me a mind blown if it makes sense. Okay, so that's how I would go about it. John, does that make sense? Let me refresh here. Sorry, I lost you guys. Are you there? Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. All right. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. So you got you see what I'm saying. Okay. Did I answer your question, John? That was your question, right? Let me see. Yep. So I guess I answered your question. Okay. Awesome. Rob says, lowball bidding is a race to the bottom. Absolutely, Rob. You got it. You got it. Perfect. Okay. So now let's jump on to today's lesson. Okay. So we have done the due diligence. We have, let me make sure that we can, everyone's waiting on Zoom. Give me a minute, guys. Okay, I'm right here. All right, awesome. Let's say we have all this going. Okay. You found your website. I mean, your low hanging fruit. You put up the website. you started doing this competition analysis, keyword research, we talked about it yesterday, content, we talked about it yesterday. Now we are coming to on-page optimization, right? Here, let me tell you this. If you watch any video on on-page optimization, for that matter, off-page optimization, but let's just focus on on-page optimization. You take any video, YouTube video, you take any SEO course, they will go deep down the rabbit hole and talk about hundreds, dozens of on-page elements, which are fine. I'm not saying no, but in my humble opinion, if you take care of 4 or 5, the main 4 to 5 elements on page, you've done 80% of the work. Remember, you're picking a fight with a toddler and you're looking to rank for drywall repair. You're not picking a fight with Mike Tyson and trying to rank for personal injury lawyer New York. Does that make sense? You want to make an easy $300, $400, $500 a month. You want to do the least amount of work, make some good money, move on. All right? Awesome, John. I'm glad it makes sense to you, right? So what are these 4 or 5 main factors, right? We'll come into this later on. I think we covered this a little bit, but let's see if we can find on-page optimization. We want to tell each page in Google what we are all about. So if you're doing drywall repair, okay, in Vacaville, okay, this is our main keyword, okay. Obviously, when we do our due diligence, we will also find other services like drywall installation, right? Let's take a look at in any other services in this niche. Okay, what other services they would do in drywall? Maybe cracks, maybe even water damage repair, maybe some matching texture. Like you will find other services, right, that are related to drywall repair. Okay, drywall texture. Let's just say, all right, hole in the wall fixing. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to identify services, okay? Service 1, service 2, service 3. So drywall repair is one service, drywall installation is one service. You may have another service. So like in tree removal, I always do tree service as one service. Tree removal is another service. Stump grinding, makes sense? Another service, okay? Tree disease, sometimes they do. I don't know how to spell disease. Okay, slash cleaning, I guess I forgot the term now, but different services. So you want to tell Google right here. Each page should tell Google what you are about for that specific page. So you don't want the URL or the title tag, 2 most important things the Google bot looks at. You don't want that to have both tree repair and installation and another service and all that. Does that make sense? Okay. Let me see if there are questions in the chat. Give me a minute, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, makes so much sense. That is awesome. Perfect. Okay. So you want to say, so let's say you start a website that says www.drywallrepair.Vacaville, I guess that's how it's pronounced, ca.com. You can start like that. This homepage is to be ranked only for drywall repair. That's it. You're not ranking for installation. You're not ranking for service 3, things like that. So another example, let me give you a second example. Let's say I put up a website, www is a free website. www, let's just say Ann Arbor, which is a city near me, tree, and I can do like AnnArborTreePros.com, okay, or AnnArborTreeCompany.com. As far as I have tree, the niche and the city, I'm fine. Okay. So this page, I'm going to do all about, the title tag is going to be tree, service, and arbor, right? So everyone says, if it's a website, something like VacavilleDrywallMedics.com, yeah, so there you go. If this is your website, somebody give me what you think your title tag would be. You have to put your main keyword in the title tag. So what's the main keyword you want to rank this page for? Anybody? Somebody give me that. Drywall, yeah. The main keyword is drywall repair. Yeah, your main keyword would be drywall is not just drywall repair and the city. So Vacaville, California. This will be a main keyword. Got it? So going with the same example, if I want to put a page for this, then I would put a separate page saying vacaville.drywallmedics.com/drywall installation. And for this page, the title tag, okay, and when I say title tag, I mean the meta title. For those of you who don't know, this is the meta title. This clickable portion, that's the title tag of the website. So in this case, you see, it's the top of the browser right here. It says drywall service in Ann Arbor. You see that? That's the title tag, meta title. So Google will see the URL and then the title tag. These are the two things that Google gets its relevance from. What do I mean by relevance? When Google visits this website, the bot, it understands this website is about Vacaville and drywall. It's not about Chicago and it's not about cats and dogs. Does it make sense? Right? But sometimes, let's say we don't have this keyword here, because some people put the brand name, right? The company name. So if the company name is www.johnsmith.com, which can be, and the company name is John Smith, he's a drywall repair company. Then when Google comes here, okay, this website's about John Smith. I don't know John Smith. Is it a personal blog? Is it a, what is it? Nobody, Google bot doesn't know. So then it's going to look for the title. And you better put your main keyword in the title, which would be drywall repair Vacaville. And then the bot's like, drywall repair Vacaville, got it. Okay, make sense, guys? Give me a one if it makes sense, because this is a little bit deeper. Rob says, do you use subdomains? Never use subdomains. No, I'm not. You can, but stay away from it. Subdomains is not good. Stay away. Okay, Adrian is one. Awesome. You guys love it, right? So just doing these two is going to rank you. It's going to help you rank for these low-hanging fruits. You don't even have to go far. Okay, but we're going to cover a lot more. All right. So type URL. If it's a rank and run site, see if you can put the keyword in the URL, at least part of the keyword like this. So this would be, if this kind of a URL would be an exact match domain. It's the exact match as the keyword, drywall repair, exact match. This would be partial match. We got partial drywall and Vacaville, but it doesn't have repair. So partial match. So no subdomains, yes. Each city is an EMD. That's what I'm saying. You can have EMD, you can have PMD, partial match domains, or you can have a brand name like John Smith. That's still fine too. Obviously, if you have an EMD, you will rank faster because Google can get its relevance from here. If you have PMD, it's a bit slower. If you have brand name, it's a little bit more slower. So if you have an option of putting an EMD, you can go for it. Now, with some GMBs we'll cover later, if you put an exact match domain, Google may suspend it. So we'll cover that GMB later, but the website is EMD is good, PMD is good, brand name is also good, but in this order of priority, if you will. Okay? Yes. Perfect. So once you do this, guys, okay, then for each service page, that's what you want to do. Okay, you want to put up, okay, / next service, service number 3, and the title tag would be service 3 city, which is Vacaville, right? This title tag for this page would be drywall installation Vacaville, California. I can put that. Does that make sense? That's how you go with that. Okay, let me refresh my Facebook, see if there are any questions. Give me a minute. Nobody's got any questions on this so far? Anybody questions on this? Okay, nobody's got questions. Either everybody understands it or everybody's lost me. I'm not sure where you guys are. Okay, but that's what it is. Okay. Now this is the two most important things. Okay, keyword in the URL if possible. If it's a rank and run site, you're starting it from scratch, absolutely you want to put the keyword in the URL. Let's say this is a client that you got and you want to rank it for this keyword. Obviously, you can't change this client site URL because it's already johnsmith.com. So then you start with title tag and optimize it for that. Okay. After the title, so it'll be URL, then title, then would be H1, H2 header. Okay. So H1, H2, I'm not going to go technical in WordPress, in Weebly, whatever CRM you use, you can put H1, H2. Okay. By the way, if you're not technical and designing a website, which I'm not, by the way, I can design decent websites, but I would recommend you don't try learning all that. You could go to fiverr.com. You could find somebody website, okay, and you could find somebody to design the website for you. I can create a whole website for 50 bucks, okay, 95, 45, okay, 90 bucks. Like you can actually find for even cheaper. Trust me on that, right? Budget, let's just say maximum 25. Let's see if that comes up. There you go. $5 in WordPress. Like there are people who are, this is probably a professional somewhere working in Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, Philippines, and they make money full-time working for a web company, and they're doing this just to supplement their income. And so I was born in Sri Lanka, right? If I do Sri Lankan rupees to USD, okay, or USD to Sri Lanka, right? If I pay $5, it's 1,000 rupees in Sri Lanka. It's a lot of money. If I pay 25 bucks for a website, it's 5,000 rupees, okay, in Sri Lanka, right? Average salary in that city in Sri Lanka, I want to show this to you guys. Average salary, let's just say web developer salary in all of Sri Lanka, not even a small city. Just wanted to understand this, guys, okay? Average, let's just say junior developer is good enough for a small website like this. Okay, 14,000 rupees a month. You see that? So what's 14,000 rupees a month? 14,000. His monthly salary is 70 bucks, and he's probably working 8 hours a day in a job. And if you pay him 25 bucks, 30 bucks, 50 bucks, whichever, whatever you can afford for one website, he's happy. So don't think, I see people saying, oh my God, you're exploiting people in third world countries. Trust me, I'm from a third world country. If you don't want to call it exploiting, it's not exploiting. Really, companies and corporations and politicians in that third world countries are already exploiting the people. We actually doing them a favor, okay? To each to himself, but this is my opinion, okay? So you don't want to learn all this. You just want to find a good developer and give it to him. But what do you tell them? Just tell him, hey, make sure you put the title tag as this. You don't have to know what an H1 is, but you can say, put a variation of the main keyword in the H1. So if the main keyword is drywall repair for this page, the variation of this would be something like best drywall repair contractor. So you're picking up other words also, contractor. So when someone's searching for contractor, drywall repair contractor, the chances of this coming up in Google search is higher because you have it. H2 can be 24/7. The H2 header can be something like 24/7 drywall repair company. Does that make sense? Right? Same with this. And for this page, the H1 would be variation of that, right? So best drywall repair, in this case, installation. Okay. Variation sheetrock. There you go. Rob has done his keyword research. Okay. I did not go into keyword research. So variation would be other keywords in the drywall repair. You're right. So best sheetrock repair, which is sheetrock is part of drywall. Okay. So that's how you would do it. Just by doing this, guys, you are ahead of the game by 80%. Okay. And remember, you already prepared content. Where did that go? Let's see. You already prepared content. You did the keyword research. So in the content, you have all the other keywords, right? And you're good. So now for this, when somebody searches for drywall repair in Vacaville, California, your website comes up. If somebody searches for best drywall repair company in that city, you will come up, okay? If they are in Vacaville, they may not even put the city, the geo modifier is called. They will just say best drywall repair company, you will come up, right? If they search for cheap drywall repair company, you will come up. Does that make sense? Okay. Why? Because all of these keywords are in your website. Okay. So that's what you want to do for on-page optimization. Let's go back to on-page optimization. That's what I mean by relevance. Okay. Once you have this relevant domain, good content, keywords in the places and all that, then we start linking and we go to citations. Okay. Here is what I want to talk about citations. Okay. If you don't know what citations are, give me I don't know or something, so I understand I can go in basic. But I think most people, if you are doing SEO for some time, you would know what citations are. Citations are anything like, you know, is anywhere. Here, let me make this more clear to you. Okay. Citations, okay, is anywhere where your website info is cited or mentioned. Okay. That's what I mean by citations. So yellowpages.com, yelp.com, Manta, BBB, stuff like that. You can create citations. You can create them on your own. You can go to fiverr.com. Here you go. And you can do citations. And let's see how much they charge. For $5, he will do. Don't go for map citations. That's different. Go for this one. $20 SEO citations. Okay, go for this one. This is what you need. This is exactly what you need. Okay, $25. He will do 150 citations. Right? Yeah, he will just create pages on these domains with your information and link back to you. That's it. Okay, so that's what citations are. Okay, so I don't want to go more in detail, but I will be sending the slides to you and all that, so you will have it. But once you do, this is the foundation, because when you build citations, you're building trust. Okay, and you have all these places in the internet, Yelp, Manta, Bing, blah, all these different pages that are created, the citations that are created that are talking about you. When I say talking about you, mentioning your name, address, phone number, and linking to your website. And so it's like signals to Google that you have a lot of trust, a lot of websites linking to you. It's trust, right? That's what you do. Only then do you get to anything else. But here's what I mean. Forget SEO for a minute. Let's say you're starting a business, okay? If you're starting a real business, drywall company, what would you do? One of the first things you would do once you put up a website is you would put up your website everywhere. You put a Yelp page, you put a Yellow Pages page, you will do some social profiles, you put a Facebook page, you put a LinkedIn page. You get the idea, right? That's what I mean. Okay. Once you do all this, the relevance is also built because you have relevance, because the keywords are there, right? Again, I don't want to go detail. I'll send the slides to you. But just by doing that, you will be moving up for even something like Ann Arbor, which is not the lowest hanging fruit. You may already be here. Why? Because the #1 guy is just a DA of 5. I thought we saw a DA of 5 somewhere. DA 5. You see that? Right? Now this looks for cheap. We don't want that, but you get the idea. Okay. Any questions on this? Yes, Rob. There you go, man. Rob says high quality press releases are a good source of citation. Absolutely. You can do all of that. There's so many different tools you can use. I just stick to the basics for something like this if you want. Of course, you know, some of my, like we do some white label SEO work for a couple of SEO companies. Like these are marketing companies for lawyers, SEO companies for lawyers. They're good at getting clients and then they give it to us, my agency. We do the ranking, white label it, and they show us a data to the clients. So obviously for them, we do a lot more. But our goal is to not fight with Mike Tyson. Fight with a toddler and win. Make an easy $300, $500 a month passive income. Rinse and repeat it 5 times, make $3,000 a month. Rinse and repeat it 10 times, make $5,000, $10,000 a month. Or rupees if you're in India, dollars if you're in the US, wherever you are, and become financially independent. Does that answer your questions? Any questions on this, guys? I'm not even going into PVNs because that can get technical. But just this. Any questions? Anybody? Nobody? Okay. Here is something I just thought about. Okay. I am putting together, we will have one more masterclass next week where I'm going to go over client acquisition strategies. But I haven't done a one-on-one coaching in a long time. Like I stopped it where I used to, somebody would buy my course and I would do one-on-one with them every week through 8 weeks and make, you know, and help them from A to Z in ranking. If anybody wants that, is interested, hit me up, message me. We'll talk about it. Mike says me, okay, you know, I want to really help somebody here. So hit me up, send me to me. There will be a cost. It won't be a big cost, very, very small cost. I'm talking about like the cost of like three, 4 times dinner, but 8-week cost. So if you don't eat outside for 3 times, you're gonna be working with me. You can pay that and work with me for 8 weeks, one-on-one. When I mean one-on-one, I mean one-on-one. So message me on Facebook if you're interested. If not, no big deal. But next week we'll go over PBNs, and I want to give you a couple of client acquisition methods. Maybe even pick one of you and help you land a client right there. Okay, that's what I plan to do. Anybody else has anything else, let me know, but I think we should be good. Okay, you know where to find me. I'm in the group. Tag me, ask questions, message me, I'm always there. But the weekend homework for you guys: start the domain, go to namecube.com, buy your domain. Hopefully you've done you've identified the low-hanging fruit. Create some content and either design your own website or find somebody in Fiverr for $5, $20, $30 and have a website done. Okay. With that, we'll see you next week. We'll see Monday maybe. All right. Rob says good content and insights. Awesome. Thank you. Yep. Yes, Mike is awesome. Mike says next call. Next call. Let's do next call on. Let's just see what I have on Monday. Would Monday 11 a.m. work for you guys? Let's just do Monday 11 a.m. Okay, I'm going to note it here in my calendar. Masterclass Monday 11 a.m. Let's get somebody some clients, guys. That's what Monday all about. All right. With that, between now and then, if anybody wants to hit me up on the one-on-one offer, I can take 1, max 2. I can't take more than that in the interest of time. Hit me up on Facebook Messenger. Otherwise, have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you Monday. We'll land some clients on Monday. Okay. Adios. Take care. Bye-bye.